Let's get the bolts in. Let's get the 5200 in. Hey, do you have that pipe ready to hook up?
Yeah,
Let me put that on.
Working on it right now.
Well, I'm Steve Coulter. I came up here to just sort of explore how profitable it could be in gold mining. Being born and raised in Northern California, where hunting, fishing, and gold mining is just part of our life, you know, I just never really realized that gold would get up this high and I could actually probably take it to this level.
Never find the right wrench when you need it.
Oh, there you go. I was thinking of you. Well, me and my dad wanted to have new adventures all the time, and we had a great idea of running a trommel in Northern California. Put some dirt through it, see what we could get. Saw some gold, got a little excited, and I said, what's the next step, you know? He comes to me again, and he goes, how would you like to go to Nome? Where's Nome? It's in Alaska. Isn't that cold?
Where are those 18 bolts I bought?
They're in the,
I didn't see him in there.
All right, I'll help find it.
This all kind of came about as a long-standing, I think, adventure dream kind of concept for everyone. You know, we had known our friend that was coming up here and doing this along with some other individuals, and it was just an incredible story, and how everything was kind of coming together. It was pretty fascinating. I was enthralled with the idea the first time I heard about it. I had no idea people were jumping into the ocean and diving for gold. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. I like diving. I like gold. That's cool. You can put those two together. Oh, you got a hell of an adventure. That sounds great.
Together, Steve, CJ, and Chris make up the crew of the Dredgeinator. This is their first time to Nome and already have one of the biggest dredges in the harbor. It has taken them countless hours of preparation to get where they are, and although the season is still young, every day that goes by they can't dredge is money lost.
Last year, I helped a friend of mine with a patio boat, and the nature of that was efficient and, you know, with getting quite a bit of gold, but you're getting thrown around on the sea out there quite a bit. And as soon as you start looking at the whitecaps out there, and as soon as they start coming, you're out of there. And so we thought, you know what, with a boat this size, we can keep divers down longer, we can get more time on the water. We won't pull off nearly as much as the smaller boats will. And so realistically, that means more gold in the box.
all right, drop that flare down, would you?
Got it?
Set.
Bring it in, pull back.
Latches. Pull latches.
Set? CJ, you said it. Just pull it.
You got it.
They all know the risks they took to get here. Sacrifices were made, and life in the lower 48 was put on hold for this dredge. They must continue to work hard and keep a positive attitude because the financial sting of running a dredge this size is starting to show, and time is running out.
Well, the bottom line is I got to get this boat working. You know, it's going to take them 2 weeks to get me a motor. We can work in half this water just like you guys can. You know, you're decent enough size, so I think I'll just go put us on it, run it for the next couple weeks, get some money in the box. A little money in the kitty might be a good thing right now. Ideal. Whatever.
The crew of the Dredgeinator continue to work tirelessly to finish their dredge.
What do you know? Found him. Good organization, Chris.
This engine we're running is actually a big Cat Cummins turbo diesel motor, which is just, you know, typical operation out here. You see a little VW motor running it, and that is worked quite well, and it's been neat in itself, but a lot of these guys are burning their motors up pretty fast and having a lot of engine troubles because they're running them at the max. I would prefer not to run things wide open at, you know, the max, because then what happens is you got a lot of downtime from things going out.
No one is currently running an engine of this size. In theory, it makes a lot of sense, but until it's proven to work in the choppy waters of the Bering Sea, it's all guesswork.
we were putting our heads together, trying to formulate what would be the best, running, you know, 2 6s. Now we got to go bigger than that. 2 8s. Okay. Well, then we don't want to bucket off the back, trying to do a little extra work. You know, we're trying to think of every little thing. About the midway through building the cabin is when we started formulating the punch in of the boxes and the bigger size motor, so we don't have to worry about pressure.
This particular motor could run 3 times I have 2 8-inch dredges, and we could probably run 3 10s if we wanted to.
Well, that was about a quarter to a third of throttle. So all things considered, this is serious power.
Serious suction.
But with 2 8-inch dredges, I can run it at an idle, the motor's not being ran wide open, and we can efficiently run our fuel system too. When you look at the level of expenses up here, everything is expensive. Everything that you could possibly dream of is 3 to 4 to 5 times the price. And so you start to look at, if I'm going to go out and burn fuel at $8 a gallon, you know, how do I want to burn that fuel? I want to burn it as efficiently as possible. This particular cat motor puts out a large amount of volume for a minimal amount of money. So.
In this part of the world, all the little things that we take for granted have to either be flown in or barged up to Nome. Everything is more expensive, and with a vessel as big and as intricate as the Dredgeinator, cost becomes a huge concern.
Up here, a blade's about 3 times more expensive than it is anywhere else.
And we're making some upright braces to close in the flaps along the sides on the flares, meeting where they join with the box. So we can, you know, flush clean straight through the box without any side logs, and you know, keep our slurry going through the box. That way, it's, you know, with the flexible fabric there, that rubber, the box can pivot, you know, between the flare. That connection is secure and solid. So we're drilling some holes. We'll bolt that up and glue it together, and that will be one more little task that's been accomplished.
Because as the flare comes into the box, we get a gap. And the gap here will, you know, obviously leak out all the gold. So we put in a little rubber flange, radiator hosing, 5200 in there, get it nice and sealed, so that we're making profit, not losing it. And then
No, I want to just bolt it on, and we'll just use 5200.
Right. Okay, then just 5200, but you want to run another separate flap of steel on this side. I'll cut it at 11 inches. So
Yeah, we can run some flat stock, right?
Okay, and then still I'm having an issue with the fact that there's a gap when it accordions.
Yeah. Well, right at the bottom there's going to be a lot of 5200.
Okay.
It's not exactly a perfect system,
Where it
yeah.
matters most.
I love a challenge, and so for me, I saw this, as an adventure and a challenge, and it's been every bit of that and then some. And so I love Alaska. Alaska is just a beautiful state. It is absolutely still God's country. It's one of those places that hasn't been so infiltrated by man that it's been destroyed. And so a lot of my heart is up here, and I love it every time I get up here. Nome, you know, it's pretty far north, and it has a little more challenges than the Anchorage or Prince William Sound area, but you know, you learn how to adjust, and you see how the locals have adjusted, and you learn how to blend and to make friends and to network, and it's amazing how far that can go.
That's the biggest thing, really. Keeping a positive attitude, because we're at each other's throats day and night.
I'd say we're very close, and every step that we take is just one more inch towards getting in the water. I'd say we're about 90% of the way there. We have a little bit of work left to do on this box to secure it. We got to put a stop at the end of it so we're not propelling with the water flowing out of it, and set the riffles, set the mats and the moss, and that box will be ready to go. We got our nozzle here. You can see that John, our friend here, fabricated. It's a fabulous design. Seems to be one of the most popular designs up here, and we'll tie into our suits into the hot water and oxygen. We'll be in the water.
Go, 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 fee, ba, 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 ba.
We really, as a team, started not even quite thinking it was going to be quite as big as this several months ago, but we started thinking, hey, you know, I'm a contractor, and I've tried very hard through the last few years of this recession to keep my men going and keep them making their house payments, but there's no money in half the bids out there now. And so as a result, I started looking at this as Golden Crease as a possibility of keeping more men working, keeping their families going. I mean, gold at the level of it, that it is can actually be an income now, but it's not easy getting there.
Those people that are out there on the bottom of the ocean, you know, working hard for that gold, that's dangerous, hard work. And anybody that goes out there and digs on the bottom of the ocean and, you know, has got the fortitude to go out there and look for it, that's my kind of people.
People are headstrong people up here. They're fighters, and that's why there's conflict constantly. Everybody up here is the type of person that makes it. They strive to succeed and to rise above the rest, do something out of the blue, really. I'm up here for a great experience with my father, just looking for good memories, something to talk about when I'm older. I did that. I'm very optimistic for what we're going to get. I'm sure that it's going to be leading to a comfortable living, hopefully. And if it's not, well, I still did it. I'm still here.
It's amazing how much passion and heart everybody has had to make this happen, and the challenges are absolutely 10 times what we expected. I mean, you know, everything that could go wrong does. Every challenge that you weren't even foreseeing still happens. It is not easy. It is not anything I would even recommend to most people. You have to be somebody who's very disciplined, have a lot of heart, and have a lot of passion before you can make this work. And even then, it's still a huge challenge.
You know, those are salt of the earth people, hard-working people, you know, and that's the kind of neighbors that you want, you know, when you've got somebody that's not afraid of some hard work and has got a sense of adventure to go out there and dredge for that gold on the bottom of the ocean. They're good folks, good hard-working Americans right there, I tell you.
I don't know how you describe